evening, everyone. I'm here to talk about an influential leader that came from Ethiopia, and he's made a lot of great changes in Ethiopia and all around the world. And his name is Haile Selassie. To start off with, I'm going to give you guys a little interesting facts about him. He's the first leader in Africa to go overseas. He went to Britain to be in the League of Nations. He also started the Rastafarian movement. And to talk about his bloodline, he was the descendant of King Solomon and Queen of Sheba. And his father was the governor of a region called Harar. And his cousin was supposed to take over since a man called Mihirty Gebru was the emperor of Ethiopia at that time. But then, since his son was a Muslim and Ethiopia was mostly a Christian country, he couldn't take over. So that power was given to Haile Selassie. And Haile Selassie was he took power in 1982. During his time, there was a lot of Pan-Africanism going on, but he wanted to modernize Ethiopia and go against that rule. So once he became emperor, he started a new constitution, which abolished slavery at that time, and he also made it so that everybody was equal, who was a citizen. At that time, Italy was trying to invade Africa or Ethiopia because they lost a battle during another emperor's rule. It was called the Battle of Adwa. So they wanted to go over there and start to fight again so that they can take Ethiopia and make it a colony of Italy. So they came and they fought at least 5 battles, and Ethiopia ended up losing. And so Haile Selassie was forced to be exiled, and he went to Jerusalem. And at that time, Italy invaded Ethiopia, so they basically owned Ethiopia for 7 years. And at the time that he was in Jerusalem, he went to Britain, and he went to League of Nations, and he asked them to help Ethiopia get rid of this Italian invasion. So after 7 years, he was successful in doing that, and he went to Ethiopia, and Britain helped Ethiopia win the battle with Italy, and he was finally able to regain power. After he regained power, he tried to modernize Ethiopia again, but there was a lot of rebellion, and people that ruled with him didn't agree with what he had to do. So in 1941, a rebel group took over his palace, and they killed him. They didn't kill him. They put him under arrest for at least 10 years until he died. And his body wasn't found until 1941. And after that, he was buried in Addis Ababa. And I just want to talk about his influences that he's made. He's made a lot of influences in other countries. He's influenced Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Mandela. And he's also influenced a new movement called the Rastafarian movement, in which they believe that he's the second coming of Messiah, and they basically worship him, and that's how it came about. So I hope you guys gained a little knowledge about this incredible leader, and thanks for your time.